Yes, today we will discuss the second unit of applied thermodynamics, combustion in internal combustion engines. How the combustion will take place in internal combustion engines. You can see the syllabus, what we will cover in this today's class. The combustion in internal combustion engines means internal combustion engines broadly classified as spark ignition engines and compression ignition engines based on the combustion phenomena. The spark ignition engines and compression ignition engines. In the spark ignition engines, flame speed is the driving force. In compression ignition engines, delay period is the driving force. And then after, what is the pre-ignition, auto-ignition, abnormal combustion we will discuss. But because these all are sources of knocking tendency. Then how the knocking will take place in SA engine and how the knocking will take place in CA engine. And next, comparison of knocking in SA engine and CA engine. This part we will discuss today's lecture. So move to the first one. In combustion in SA engines, first we will discuss. In SA engines, what we are doing is we are supplying homogeneous mixture. So we are supplying homogeneous mixture to the cylinder while in section stroke. Homogeneous mixture means each fuel molecules contains equal number of air molecules. One fuel molecule contains 16 air molecules. Means all fuel molecules which are entered inside the cylinder contains equal number of air molecules. Then it's called homogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture generally we are creating outside the cylinder, not inside the cylinder, by using simple carburetor at atmospheric pressure. But generally, uh, if I used viscous fuels, means it is not, practically not possible. These for the SA engines, we are using volatile fuels. The fuel nature itself to mix with the air, that is the natural nature, evaporation nature. You place petrol and diesel in an open pot. Petrol will evaporate easily. Diesel will not evaporate. Why? Because diesel high viscous fluids. So spark ignition engines generally we are using for high volatile fuels like natural gas or PNG gas or compressed CNG gas or methane or some other like biogas or gasoline, any type volatile nature fuels we are using in spark ignition engines. So simply by using carburetor we can mix the air and fuel and we can create a homogeneous mixture, and that homogeneous mixture is directly suction into the cylinder will takes place. Generally, for best speed, flame speed, because homogeneous mixture enter into the cylinder, we want to create flame propagation speed. For optimum propagation speed, equivalent ratio generally we are calling, that is a stoichiometric actual air fuel ratio to the stoichiometric air fuel ratio. Then spark ignition engines stoichiometric fuel air ratio is 1 is to 16. So actual air fuel to stoichiometric air fuel ratio, we are maintaining 1.1 to 1.2, then we will get the optimum flame velocity inside the spark ignition engines, that is 40 centimeters per second. Now move to the stages of combustion generally for in cycles what we discussed. First suction stroke, inlet valve will open, piston will move from TDC to BDC, and once piston is reached BTC, inlet valve will close, outer valve also closed condition only, then piston again return its direction from TDC to BDC. At the end of reaching TDC, the combustion will initiate at a constant volume process. That's all. Means spark plug will give spark and combustion will take place. If piston is not moving, theoretically, this stage B2 stage combustion stage, and after reaching peak pressure, peak temperature at the end of the combustion, expansion will come into the picture. That is a common criteria of explanation of stages of combustion, stages of cycle, the Otto cycle. But that combustion not exactly at TDC condition will not take place. For that also it will take some time. We want to give some crank angle rotation. that actual combustion phenomena, how it is taking place, what are the stages of. So this class we are discussing only this B2C only. Theoretically, we are telling combustion. At the end of the combustion, we will get peak pressures and temperatures. And theoretically, we given some values and we calculated also some efficiency performances. But the actual combustion, how it is taking place, we want to discuss today class. Now you see, these are the stages of the combustion: ignition lag, propagation of the flame, and after burning. The ignition lag means piston before reaching piston TDC, maybe 18 to 20 degrees before TDC. By using spark plug, we are giving spark. So combustion in SI engine only by giving spark. By using spark plug, we are giving spark. Origin, flame origin created. Because air fuel mixture already available. Because suction itself homogeneous mixture, we are entering into the inside cylinder. So we are giving spark at 18 degrees to 20 degrees before TDC. Once we given spark, immediately flame will not produce. Origin created, that origin will spread to the boundary. One flame front is created, that flame front is thin layer which is separating burnt fuel and unburnt fuel. The thin layer which is separating the burnt fuel and unburnt fuel is called flame front. Once flame front is created, up to that point, origin we are creating by the spark. That spark how we are producing by using spark plug. High voltage current is jump between the two electrodes. It will create spark. That spark will spread to the boundary. Flame front is created. Up to that point is called ignition lag. This ignition lag purely chemical reaction only. Because there is no physical reaction. Like, outside the cylinder itself we are mixing air and fuel. Next is the second stage. Once flame front is prepared, that flame front will move in its direction, normal to its direction, from piston to that spark plug to the piston. It's called propagation of the flame. So the major stage is propagation of the flame. End of the propagation of the flame means majority of the fuel is burned. Inside the cylinder we will reach maximum temperature and pressure. At the end of the propagation of the flame, we are reaching maximum temperature and pressure inside the cylinder. And next, after reaching inside the cylinder, where we will reach? Not exactly at TDC. After TDC, 8 to 12 degrees after TDC, we are reaching the maximum temperature and pressure. Next, coming to the third stage, that stage is called after burning stage. In the after burning stage, whatever the residue fuels are there, that air fuel mixture burning will take place. What is the purpose of after burning? Because suppose piston already started from TDC to BDC. So by burning of the after burning stage, there is no pressure rise. Why? Because expansion started. Only temperature rise will occur. But what is the purpose of after burning means? We want to reduce the pollutants. In exhaust gas, there is hydrocarbons. We want to reduce hydrocarbons. We want to reduce particulate matters. We want to reduce carbon monoxide. Means complete combustion is required. So in after burning stage, whatever the fuel is burning, that is not involving in the work production. Just to complete the combustion. That is 30 to 40% rotation of the crankshaft. This after burning stage will end. So the stages of combustion in spark ignition engines means we are giving the spark by using spark plug, origin created and flame front is generated. Up to that point is called ignition lag, and next stage is propagation of the flame. It is purely physical and chemical. Mixing, proper homogeneous mixture is there means it move fastly. So propagation of the flame, that B2C, the flame will propagate from the spark plug to the piston crown. Next, at the end of the propagation of the flame, we will reach the peak pressures and peak temperatures. Then after piston already started from TDC to BDC rotation. The after burning will occur and the expansion stroke. Main purpose of after burning is only to complete the combustion, to eliminate or reduce the pollutants in the exhaust gas. This is our target. So second stage, third stage. So you see the stages, how much distance of travel of piston is taking place, how much time. This is the time taken for travel of stages, three stages, and distance travel. You see area 2. Area 2 is the flame front propagation. So propagation of the flame is taking more time. So propagation of the flame is flame speed. If high flame speed, if we can reduce the combustion time. So total three stages of combustion: ignition, lag, propagation of flame, and after combustion. Major driving is propagation of the flame. So the parameters which influencing the propagation of flame are flame speed. Propagation of flame means flame movement. So flame speed, the parameters which are influencing the flame speed is important. So now we will discuss the parameters which influencing the flame speed. For the efficient combustion, the parameters which are influencing the flame speed is turbulence. If we increase the turbulence, we can increase the flame speed. How I can increase the turbulence? By the creation of inlet port and valve seating. We are creating the grooves on the valve seating and inlet port. At the time of suction of air fuel mixture, the turbulence will occur. After burning, the multiplication of the turbulence will take place while flame is moving with a high velocity. It will move. Okay. Next, fuel air ratio. The fuel air ratio I already explained. Equivalent ratio. Generally, equivalent ratio we are maintaining 1.1 to 1.2, maximum 1.3. What is equivalent ratio? Actual air fuel ratio to the stoichiometric air fuel ratio. If you are maintaining lean mixture, not rich mixture. If you are maintaining rich mixture means the value will come 0.8, 0.9 like that. If you maintain lean mixture, not too lean mixture, near stoichiometric air fuel ratio, we will get optimum time. We will get the optimum time of flame velocity, that is 40 centimeter per second. We will achieve the flame velocity. If you maintain, if optimum flame velocity we are getting means it is taking less time and efficient, it will enhance the combustion phenomena. Next, temperature and pressure. If we increase the temperature and pressure also, it will increase the flame speed, but it will show the negative effect also. Engine speed, I will explain at the time of knocking. Coming to the engine speed, if you are increasing engine speed, it will increase the turbulence. It will increase the turbulence means automatically it will increase the flame speed. Next one, engine size. If you are increasing size means the length of the travel is increasing, then automatically we are reducing the flame speed. So in SA engines, low size engines means it will increase the flame speed, not large size engines. The stroke length always less in SA engine. That's why SA engines generally square engines we are calling. Means piston diameter and stroke length almost equal in SA engines, not in CA engines. CA engines piston diameters to stroke 1.5 times difference is there, because in CA engines stroke length is required. I will explain at the time of CA engines. So the SA engines are low size engines. Coming to the ignition advance. The ignition advance in SA engines, 18 degrees before TDC we are giving ignition advance, means we will get the normal combustion. If we are giving over advance, instead of 1825 we are giving, the peak pressures will get before starting of the expansion process itself. And more pressure deviations will create inside the engine. Automatically it leads to the knocking also. Unwanted vibrations will create. Retarding engine means less ignition advance, maybe 9 degrees, 8 degrees if you are placed ignition advance. At that condition also, The peak pressures will occur after 50% rotation of the crankshaft. So there is no power output. So we want to increase optimum flame speed, we want to maintain means better we maintain optimum ignition advance is 18 to 20 degrees before TDC. If you are giving spark, you will get the optimum ignition advance. Next move to the combustion in CA engines. In CA engines, the combustion phenomena entirely different compared to spark ignition engines. Why? Because in CA engines, only in a suction stroke, only air is entering inside the cylinder. Fuel is not entering inside the cylinder. Only air is entering inside the cylinder. After compression, we are supplying fuel. So why this we changed this one? One is to enhance the compression ratio, because thermal efficiency of any internal combustion engine will increase by increasing of the compression ratio. If air fuel mixture combinedly we are entering supplying inside the cylinder means there is a limitation of self ignition temperature of fuel. We can't increase the compression ratio beyond some limit. Because of that only we are separating the air and fuel. Then we can increase the compression ratio up to material constraint. But in automobile, not only material constraint, self weight of the engine also our main constraint. So reduce the optimum self weight. Maximum CI engines we are maintaining compression ratio maximum 12 is to 24, maximum 12 to 24 compression ratio we are maintaining in CI engine. So high dense air available inside the cylinder. Now, based on the fuel point of view also we are using, I will explain now itself. Then, what are the fuel we are spraying? In this CA engines, compression ignition engines, we are not using volatile fuels. Here we are using viscous fuels. Because fossil fuels, while purification of the fossil fuels, we are getting some gasoline, we are getting some viscous fluid, diesel we are getting. So many fuels are coming. So we want to use all types of all types of the fuel. We can't scrap it. So all viscous fluid we want to use means we can use in CI engine. Here also air fuel mixture in outside the carburetor. By using carburetor we can't get the air fuel mixture. The homogeneous mixture will not create. Why? Because the diesel fuels are compression ignition using fuels. All fuels are high viscous fluids. High viscous fluid directly will not mix with the air at atmospheric pressure. So pressurized system is required. That's why a separate injection system we are using. By using injector pump, we are raising the pressure of fuel. How much pressure I want to raise means at the end of the compression, air pressure has 30 bar means 4 to 5 times higher than the pressure we want to create in the fuel. That high pressure fuel also atomization purpose nozzles we are using. That atomized high pressure fuel we are spraying at the end of the compression, then only it will mix with the dense air. Mixing of air fuel will take place. So separate technology. CA engine means compression ignition engines. To mix two compressed fuels, one is air, one is fluids, one is air, one is fuel. Then combustion is initiated, then it's called compression ignition engines. Here swirls are very main important. What is swirl means? Directional means centrifugal attraction of the air molecules of each fuel molecule. Because in homogeneous mixture outside the cylinder itself we are mixing each fuel molecule surrounded by the sufficient amount of the air molecules for complete combustion. Here there is no like that provision. Inside the cylinder fuel itself has to search. Fuel itself has to search means we want to reduce the time. Swirl chambers we are creating means we can enhance the combustion in CI engines. That one we will discuss now. So these are the stages of combustion in compression ignition engines. Here you see the first stage is ignition delay period. What is the first stage? Start of injection to the start of combustion. Then I will explain. Once piston is reaching TDC condition before 18 to 20 degrees of TDC, injector starts spraying the fuel. Injector starts spraying the fuel. Immediately it will not burn. First it want to mix with the air. If it is not mixing, sufficient oxygen will not come into the picture. Second, after mixing, the fuel has to reach the self-ignition temperature. After reaching the self-ignition temperature of the fuel, then only the fuel reach the self-ignition and auto-ignition of the fuel occur and ignition will initiate. Means combustion will initiate. The combustion will initiate. The time which is taking the starting of the injection and initiation of the combustion of that first droplet, whatever the time is taking, that time is called ignition delay period. So in this ignition delay period, accumulation of the fuel is taking place. Why? Because first droplet came inside the cylinder, it will mix with the air and reach the self-ignition temperature, and auto-ignition of the fuel will take place and combustion will initiate. By taking a physical delay period means mixing, not like SI engines. CI engines mixing also inside the cylinder only. Next, reaching self-ignition temperature. Here we are not giving any spark. Reaching self-ignition temperature, it will take chemical delay period. So the combination of physical chemical delay period is called ignition delay in CI engines. Then whatever the fuel is accumulated inside the cylinder, that fuel, accumulated fuel, will burn rapidly in second stage. If more fuel accumulated, at the end of the rapid combustion itself, we will reach the peak pressures and peak temperature. If less fuel is accumulated, then after rapid combustion, next third stage is controlled combustion. In the controlled combustion means whatever the accumulated fuel is there, the burning will take place. Then next whatever the fuel is injector is injecting, that fuel immediately will catch the fire. So there is no delay. So there is no delay. So then at the end of controlled combustion, we will reach the peak pressures. Right combustion means at the end of the controlled combustion, we are reaching peak pressures, peak temperatures means that is the right combustion phenomena. Or at the end of rapid combustion means some knocking tendency will occur in a CI engines. So we want to reduce the delay period. So now I want to control this rapid combustion means I want to control the delay period. Accumulation of the fuel I want to reduce, then I can control this rapid combustion. Then fourth stage is uncontrolled combustion. Sorry, after burning. In the after burning, whatever the residue fuel is there, fuel burning will take place. Here also like that, piston already started expansion, so there is no pressure rise, but temperature rise will occur. But we want to complete the combustion. But after combustion stage, generally in CI engine, it will take 60 to 80% of the expansion stroke. Why? Because this mixture is not homogeneous mixture. The mixture is heterogeneous mixture. So the mixture is heterogeneous mixture means you can understand. In the heterogeneous mixture, the every fuel molecules has to such that oxygen near some fuel molecules near oxygen is not available. For suction of the oxygen, it will take time, and for complete combustion, it will take more time. So CI engines generally hot engines only compared to SI engines. Well, because 80% of the stroke, the combustion phenomena will take place. But that combustion is not involving generation of the work. Only temperature rise will take place. These are the four stages of the combustion in CI engine. One is ignition delay period. Second one is uncontrolled combustion or rapid combustion. Third one is controlled combustion. Fourth one is afterburning. This is the explanation. Next, the comparison of combustion in SI engine, CI engine means first comparison SI engine homogeneous mixture, CI engine there is no homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture indirectly we will call. The compression ratio maximum we can move to 1 is to 8, 8 is to 1 to 11 is to 1, maximum 10.98 is to 1 exact figure. And here combustion in CI engine 12 is to 1 to 24 is to 1 we are moving. And single definite flame front is moving. Why? Because once we created origin in SI engine, that flame only is spreading entire the cylinder in normal its direction, not CI engine. CI engine, so many spots, hot spots will create. The fuels will catch the self-ignition. There, one combustion point will create. Some more fuel point will generate some more area. Some more fuel point will create. And turbulence is the major driving force in SA engine. CA engine swirls are major. Why? Because already homogeneous mixture is there. You want to enhance the velocity of the flame. Turbulence is more than sufficient. But in CA engines, there is not homogeneous mixture, heterogeneous mixture. So we want first each fuel molecules want to attract sufficient amount of the oxygen molecules, means air molecules has to surround it. So swirls are major driving force for combustion in CA engines, but turbulence is major driving force for combustion in SA engines. And SA engine ignition will occur one point. I already mentioned multiple points. In SA engines, there is no physical delay period because the carburetor is doing that work. But CA engines, physical delay period is a major driving force. And air fuel ratio in SA engines, we are maintaining stoichiometric air fuel ratio. But in CA engines, we are not maintaining stoichiometric air fuel ratio. The air fuel ratio according to load and speed is changing. And at no load condition, the air fuel ratio is 80:1. At full load condition, the air fuel ratio is 18:1. So the variation of the air fuel ratio 18:1 to 80:1 means if no load, high air fuel ratio, less load, high load, less air fuel ratio we are maintaining. And delay period must be as long as possible for effective combustion in SA engines. Delay period is as low as possible for effective combustion in CA engine. This is the comparison of combustion in SA engine and CA. Next, if we control the delay period, means we can control the combustion phenomena. We can enhance the combustion phenomena in CA engines. How we can control the delay period? Means so many parameters are there. Compression ratio, engine speed, output, injection timing, quality of the fuel, intake temperature, intake pressure, atomization and injection time. One by one we will discuss. Suppose compression ratio. If I am increasing the compression ratio, line diagram will show. If I am increasing the compression ratio, means automatically it will reduce the self-ignition temperature of the fuel. Automatically self-ignition temperature is less, compressed air temperature is high, more heat transfer will take place. If I am increasing compression ratio, automatically pressure ratio will increase, automatically temperature ratio also will increase. Why? Because specific volume of the air is fixed, V by M is fixed. Pressure I am increasing, automatically temperature also will increases. So by increasing compression ratio, we can enhance the combustion phenomena, means reduce the delay period. Indirectly we can reduce the delay period. Engine speed, if I am increasing the engine speed, at the time point of view we can reduce the delay period, but more accumulation of the fuel will take place. I will increase the engine speed. Why? Because engine the injector pump directly connected to the crankshaft. Engine speed increasing means pump speed also increases. More fuel, more volume of the fuel will inject in less time. So increasing engine speed is not desirable for reducing the delay period. Next, output. If I increase the output, effective air fuel ratio will increase, engine temperatures, wall temperatures are increased, automatically it will increase the heat transfer rate and it is reducing the delay period. Means that's why a high load condition, load vehicles generally we are using CA engines compared to lightweight vehicles. Next, injection timing. Injection timing like SA engines, here also optimum, if you maintain 18 optimum you are maintaining, then perfect injection timing. If advance or retarding, both leads to the more delay period and more overheating of the engine. Next, quality of the fuel. Yes, quality of the fuel, it is important. The quality of the fuel, high quality means low self-ignition temperature. The quality of the fuel generally we are measuring by the cetane value. You see, cetane value, cetane contains, cetane value how I am giving means isooctane plus cetane. Isooctane we are giving 15 number, cetane we are giving 100. The combination of isooctane, cetane we are getting the diesel fuels or naphtha, diesel, all are like that only. That quality we are measuring by the C10 value. High C10 value means low self-ignition temperature. That's all. So high C10 fuels we are using low self-ignition temperature. We can increase the temperature difference automatically. It will enhance the reduce the delay period. Next, intake air temperature and pressure. If you increase the intake air temperature and pressure also, it will reduce the delay period. You can see these are the points. Whatever the points I am discussed in tabulation form I mentioned. C10 value is increases, it will reduce the delay period. Injection pressure, compressor ratio, intake temperature, jacket wall temperature, fuel temperature, anything you are increasing, it will reduce the delay period only. Next, speed, I am increasing speed, it will increase the reduce the delay period and increase the accumulation of the fuel. Our target will not reach. That's why low speed engines are good. High load, it will reduce the delay period. Engine size, if you increase the engine size, it will reduce the delay period. Engine size you are increasing, length of the stroke I am increasing, automatically it will reduce the delay period. Types of the combustion, indirect injection combustion chambers will means spiral chambers, pre-combustion chambers or air cell chambers will reduce the delay period drastically. But the major drawback of this indirect injection diesel engines, combustion chambers, cold start problem will come into the picture. For elimination of the cold start, generally hot plugs we are connecting, means heater coil we are connecting to the that spiral chamber only, not entire engine. Before starting the ignition, just we are switch on the hard heater coil, it will heat the spiral chamber, then after our combustion phenomena will enhance. This is the brief comparison of and the factors influencing the combustion phenomena of SI engine and CI engine. Next, coming to the phenomena of knocking in SI engine. The first part of the unit we completed. Next, move to the second part of the unit, the phenomena of knocking in SI engines. Knocking driving force is auto ignition and pre-ignition. Because of the auto ignition, pre-ignition, abnormal combustion will come. Abnormal combustion only leads to the knocking. It's a fixed. But what is auto ignition? First, we will discuss auto ignition. Means without giving spark, fuel reaching self-ignition temperature by absorbing heat from the surrounding and ignition will initiate. Then it is called auto ignition. Simple. Without giving spark, fuel reaching self-ignition temperature, how it will reach? Absorbing heat from the surroundings, then ignition will initiate. That ignition is called auto ignition. Same method we used compression ignition engines. The combustion phenomena driving force itself auto ignition. There we are not giving any spark. Fuel mixed the air, reaching the self-ignition temperature, and combustion is initiated. Next, pre-ignition, second one. Pre-ignition means I am not giving spark here also, but somewhere due to hot spots inside the cylinder, because of hot spots inside the cylinder, the ignition is initiated, then it is called pre-ignition. How the hot spots are coming? So long run of the engine, accumulation of the carbon deposits near exhaust valve, or spark proper not fitting of the improper fitting of the spark plug inside the cylinder block. Proper heat transfer will not take place from the spark plug to the cylinder head. Then whatever the electrode is there, the electrode always in hot condition. Before high voltage jump between the electrodes, it will act as a red bulb and ignition will initiate. So pre-ignition, because of spark only ignition will come, but not spark not coming from the spark plug. Before that itself, due to hot spots creation, carbon deposits near the exhaust valve and joints, gasket joints, or the spark plug hot condition, proper heat transfer is not taking place from the spark plug, then ignition will initiate. That's called pre-ignition. Pre-ignition we can eliminate, means periodically we are cleaning the head, so there is no accumulation of carbon deposits, and proper fitting of the spark plug in the cylinder head. Okay. Generally, the definition of the knocking in SI engine and CA engine is violent gas vibration, no doubt, and audible sound produced by the extreme pressure differences. Okay, the extreme pressure differences creates in the inside the cylinder. Violent gas vibrations and audible sound will create very rapid rise during the end part of the flame front propagation is called SI engine. During the early part of the uncontrolled or rapid combustion is called CI engine. So at the end part of after combustion stage is called SI engine. Early part of rapid combustion is called CI engines. This is the just definition. So we will discuss the knocking tendency. How by self ignition, how knocking will come in spark ignition. By auto ignition, how knocking will come in spark ignition. Why? Because we mentioned by auto ignition, knocking will come in spark ignition. But the spark ignition by auto ignition, the combustion is not initiated. By giving spark only, ignition will initiate in spark ignition. Generally, we are given spark means flame origin created, flame front is generated, that flame front is moving its direction, normal its direction, the combustion is completing. The movement of the flame front from spark plug to the piston prop. While combustion, everything air fuel mixture is available inside the cylinder, the combusted fuel generates high pressure and high temperature. That high temperature and pressure where it is applying? It is applying on unburned fuels only. So high pressure and temperature of the combusted fuels applying. So the burnt fuels applying pressure on unburned fuels and transferring heat to the unburned fuels. Due to this high pressure application and transfer of heat, the last stages of the air fuel mixture, absorbing or reaching self-ignition temperature. It leads to one more flame front, and the collision of two flame fronts leads to knocking tendency, unwanted vibration pressures inside the cylinder creates knocking in SI engines. Now it is understand. Because of auto ignition, knocking is coming, but driving force of spark ignition is not auto ignition. How it is coming means because of the burnt fuels applying pressure on unburned fuels, because after burning high pressures are generated and transferring heat from the burnt fuel to the burnt region to the unburnt region. Due to the two reasons, more the last stage of the air fuel mixture will reach the self-ignition temperature and it leads the abnormal combustion or collision of the two flame fronts. It leads to knocking, you see. So knocking always will occur at the end of the peak pressure only. So early stages, not early stages, end stages of the combustion, after burning stage only, knocking will occur in SI engines. That definition only I given. Is a violent gas vibration and audible sound produced by extreme pressure differentials leading to the very rapid rise during the end part of the flame front propagation in second phase of the combustion. Okay, it's clear definition. And next, what is the effect of knocking? The knocking major effect noise, mechanical damage, more mechanical damage, and carbon deposits. Why? Because the combusted fuel contains more carbon after combustion. If due to vibration, the carbon particulates will deposit inside the cylinder. Generally, carbon particulates deposit in silencer. The purpose of silencer to settle down the carbon particles. But inside the cylinder itself, carbon particles will deposit. So it will leads to pre-ignition again. And it increases the heat transfer. Heat transfer rate will increase drastically by knocking tendency. Minor reason temperature difference. The major reason, the unburned fuels will act as an insulation layer. If engine no vibration, the unburned fuels act as an insulation layer. Means whatever the, after combustion, whatever the heat is generated, that heat is absorbed by the unburned fuels. While more vibration is came, there is no cylinder wall, insulated wall of the air fuel mixture. So heat is directly exposed to the cylinder wall. More heat loss will come. If more heat loss is taking place by the cooling system, then automatically efficiency of the engine is reducing. So it is decreasing the power output of the engine. Next, okay, power output of the engine it is reduced. What is the effects? What are the parameters which can reduce the knocking tendency in spark ignition engines? Generally, these parameters we are classified as the temperature parameters, density parameters, time parameters, air fuel mixture, means composition parameters. Like that, four parameters we separated. Suppose temperature. Temperature I can increase by compression ratio, mass of induced charge, means supercharging, or by the inlet temperature of mixture or temperature of the combustion chamber valve, or increasing the power output of the engine. In these five cases, we can increase the temperature of the intake charge. If I am increasing temperature of the intake charge, means after compression further increasing will take place. So last stages of fuel will reach the self-ignition temperature. So it leads to knocking. I want to eliminate, I want to reduce the temperature parameters. Compression ratio as low as possible we maintain. Maximum 10.98:1. That's all. Mass of the induced charge. There is no supercharging, turbocharging in SI engines. Next, inlet temperatures, normal inlet temperature, combustion chamber wall temperatures, and power output also. No high load conditions. Normal load conditions only we want to use in SI engines. Then only we can eliminate the knocking in SI engines. Next, density parameter, supercharging or turbocharging. If mass of induced air fuel mixture we are increasing, means automatically it leads high temperatures in the combustion. Automatically it leads the end stage of the air fuel mixture will reach the self-ignition. Retarding also leads to knocking, because overheating of the engine will take place. Entire expansion stroke combustion is coming to the picture. Overheating of the engine will come to the picture. It leads to the knocking tendency. Next, time factors. It is very important. Increase the turbulence, we can reduce the knocking tendency. Reduce the engine size. Length of travel we are reducing, automatically it will reduce the knocking tendency. Increase the engine speed. Velocity, flame velocity will increase, automatically reducing the knocking tendency. Next, spark plug location. Generally, for elimination of pre-ignition, center or near to the exhaust valve, we are placing the spark plug. Then we can eliminate the pre-ignition especially. And composition factor, fuel air ratio, stoichiometric air fuel ratio are maintaining, or equivalent ratio 1.1 to 1.3 you are maintaining. Then you will get the optimum velocities of the flame and it will eliminate the knocking tendency. Next, octane value. Octane value means the fuel contains normal heptane and octane. Octane, isooctane. The isooctane value of isooctane is 100. For normal heptane is 0. Combination of normal heptane and isooctane fuels, gasoline fuels, contains these two combinations. If isooctane is high, means high self-ignition temperature. The fuel have high self-ignition temperature, there is no knocking tendency. Fuel have high self-ignition temperature, there is no knocking tendency, because fuel will not reach self-ignition temperature, end stage of fuel. So high octane value fuels we want to use in spark ignition engine for elimination of knocking. But the main drawback of this one, high octane fuels, market available fuels not that much of high octane, 60 to 70 range only. For enhancement of anti-knocking agent, enhancement of self-ignition temperature, generally we are adding ethanol. Why we are adding ethanol means, ethanol will enhance the self-ignition temperature, and ethanol is available in India only. The import duties we can reduce, because fossil fuels we are importing from the foreign Gulf countries. So we can reduce the import duties and all. Indian economy will enhance. And ethanol generally we are producing in biological process. So bio waste, from the bio waste we are producing the ethanol. That's why you can notice in all petrol bunks, they will stick the one notice, 5% of ethanol is added in petrol, 10% of ethanol is added. By addition of the ethanol, self-ignition temperature of the fuel is increasing. Automatically, there is no knocking tendency, no vibrations, no unwanted sounds, means engine life will increase. Don't confuse. Any petrol bunk, they are out 5% of ethanol or 10% ethanol, means it is good for your engine. And humid air we are maintaining means we can reduce the last stage fuel reaching self-ignition temperature. Why? Because latent heat absorption is more. Sensible heat rising we can control. We are using humid air in the combustion fuel. These are the parameters which controlling the knocking tendency in spark ignition engines. Next, move to the knocking tendency in CI engines. Already I mentioned the combustion itself is taking because of auto ignition of the fuels. So knocking is a common phenomena in CI engines, but the intensity of the knocking based on the delay period. You can see 3 stages of delay period I shown. If less delay period, intensity of knocking is less. If delay period is moderate, the steep pressure rise is taking place. If more delay period is there, it leads to knocking in the second stage of uncontrolled combustion. At the starting of the knocking lecture, I given definition. Once again, I will show definition. Is a violent gas vibrations and audible sound produced by the extreme pressure differentials, leading to very rapid rise during the early part of uncontrolled or rapid combustion. It's the same thing. Rapid rise of early part of uncontrolled combustion will lead to the knocking in CI engines. CI engines knocking is common criteria, but we want to reduce the knocking, means we want to reduce the delay period. So what are the parameters affecting the knocking is separately, no need to discuss again. What are the parameters affecting delay period? Same parameters affecting the knocking tendency also. That's why here I am not discussing the parameters affecting the knocking tendency. How the knocking will occur? Self-ignition temperature of early stages of the uncontrolled combustion fuels, then it leads to the knocking. If less delay period, less accumulation of the fuel, less knocking tendency. If high delay period, high accumulation of fuels and high pressure deviations will create and leads to the knocking in CI engines. And methods how I can reduce the knocking is better fuel, means low self-ignition temperature of fuel, cetane value. Viscous fluids quality of the fuel measured by the cetane value. Volatile fuels quality of the fuel is measured by the octane value. High octane means high self-ignition temperature. High cetane means low self-ignition temperature. But how I can achieve low cetane, high cetane value means by fossil fuel, whatever the fuel we are getting, the cetane value is varying 60 to 70 or 80 maximum. To enhance the cetane value means to reduce the self-ignition temperature, what we are adding here, we are doping the ethyl nitrate and amyl nitrate we are adding to reduce the self-ignition temperature or for enhancement of the cetane value. That is one. Second, reduce the velocity of the fuel inlet at the early stages. Otherwise, use multi injector fuels. At present, all CI engines supercharged, multi injection and indirect injection, multi injector, indirect injection chamber, indirect injection combustion chamber based CI engines are available at present in market. These all are upgradation of the CI engines. So multi-injector, what we are doing, first injector will inject small quantity of the fuel. That's all. That fuel only used for to initiate the combustion. Once combustion initiated, second injector will start the injection of the fuel. So we can drastically reduce the fuel accumulation in delay period. Then it can reduce the knocking tendency. These are the three methods we can use Spiral chambers. Spiral chambers means I already mentioned. Spiral chambers, we can create spirals more by using indirect injection only. Next, the comparison of knocking in SI engine and CA engine. SI engine knocking will occur at end stages of the combustion. In SI engines, knocking will occur at end stages of the combustion. In CA engines, knocking will occur in early stages of combustion. Means after delay period, immediately it will lead to knocking. So whenever you are in competition exam or any interviews, they are asking just you draw the figure of pressure time diagram of SI and CA engine. It will explain entire knocking phenomena with a single word. Okay. The basic comparison of the knocking in SI engine and CA engine means always I already mentioned at the end stage of the combustion. In CA engines at the early stages of the combustion. In SI engine, driving force is spark. Because of auto ignition of the end stage of the fuel leads to the knocking. But CA engines, driving force itself auto ignition, but more accumulation of the fuel in delay period leads to the knocking. And avoid the knocking, we can eliminate the auto ignition at the end stage. Here, to reduce the knocking in CA engines, best method reduce the delay period. And knocking, because of knocking, pressure rises, more pressure temperature rises will take place in SI engines compared to CA engines. Why? Because in SI engine, high homogeneous air fuel mixture we are using. Because of homogeneous air fuel mixture, sudden burnings will take place entire fuel. But in CA engines, heterogeneous, the fuel has to touch the oxygen molecules. For that, it will take time and sudden pressure rises because of knocking. SI engines are high compared to CA engines. But CA engines, there is no question of pre-ignition. The knocking only because of auto ignition CA engines. But SI engines, by pre-ignition also knocking will occur. Why in CA engines? Because of pre-ignition knocking is not coming means in CA engines air only we are compressing, there is no fuel. How the pre-ignition will take place? And next one, identification of knocking engine, non-knocking engine. SI engine we can easily identify by listening the sound of the engine. Because SI engines are knocking free engines. Once knocking is came, unwanted sounds we can identify this is the knocking will take place SI. But CA engines not possible. Because CA engine combustion itself auto ignition. So some level of knocking is less if low delay period, but knocking is common. By measuring of the sounds, how much hertz of the sound is coming, more than 50 hertz of sound is coming or 150 hertz of sound is coming, like that we have to compare the sound or vibration of the engine. By measuring the sound and vibration of engine only, we can identify the knocking and non-knocking engine, CA engine. I want to eliminate the knocking means long delay period is required in SI engines. I want to eliminate the knocking in CA engine. Short delay period is required. To reduce the delay period, I can reduce the knocking tendency. Next, the characteristics tending to reduce the detonation or knocking. What are the characteristics which reduce the detonation and knocking? That characteristic we are increasing, knocking is reducing, or we are decreasing, knocking is reducing. We can compare at a time in a spark ignition engine and compression ignition engine. Then we will get the clear idea about the knocking tendency in spark ignition engine and compression ignition engine. The self-ignition temperature of the fuel, we want to maintain high in SI engines. We want to maintain low in CA engines, then only we can eliminate the knocking or we can reduce the knocking tendency in SI engines or CA engines. So high self-ignition temperature fuels we are using in SI engines, we can eliminate the knocking or we can reduce the knocking, or low self-ignition temperature fuels we are using in CA engines, we can reduce the knocking. Next, ignition delay period. If we maintain long ignition delay period, we can eliminate the knocking in SI engines. We can maintain short delay period, we can reduce the knocking in CA engines. Coming to the compression ratio, if you maintain low compression ratio, we can eliminate the knocking in SI engines. If we maintain high compression ratio, we can reduce the knocking in CI engines. Inlet temperature, if you maintain low inlet temperature, we can eliminate the knocking in SI engines. We can maintain high inlet temperature, we can reduce the knocking in CI engines. Inlet pressure also, we can maintain low inlet pressure, we can eliminate knocking in SI engine. If we maintain high inlet pressure, we can reduce the knocking in CI engine. Combustion wall temperatures also, you maintain low combustion wall temperatures, we can eliminate the knocking in SI engine. We maintain high combustion wall temperatures, we can reduce the knocking in CI engines. Speed, high speed engines eliminate the knocking in SI engines. Low speed engines reduce the knocking in CI engines. Next, cylinder size. Small size engines will eliminate the knocking in SI engines. Large size engines can reduce the knocking in CI engines. Every time I am telling CI engines reduce, SI engine eliminate. Why? Because SI engines are not knocking engines. Why? Because the combustion driving force not by the auto ignition, by the spark. But CI engines combustion driving force itself auto ignition. The intensity of knocking is changing. That's all. That's why by maintaining all these parameters, we can reduce the knocking in CI engines. In SI engines, we can eliminate the knocking. But at present, all CI engines also low vibration engines. Why? Because multi-injector first improvement, spiral chambers second improvement, high C10 value fuels means low self-ignition temperature fuels we are using. If fuel self-ignition is not reducing means we are adding doping, ethyl or amyl nitrates we are adding, so automatically we are reducing self-ignition. Because of 3 upgradation, now CI engines also we are getting low unwanted sound and low unwanted vibrations only. So with this we are completing the combustion phenomena of CI engines. Next class we discussed engine performance parameters. Thank you very much.